We're fixing to make us a little snack that we really enjoy, and it's very simple.
Especially when we're plentiful on the tomatoes.
Yes. But you take your tomatoes, slice them about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thick. Preheat your oven to 350, 325, 350 to 325, either one you want to do. You don't have to peel the tomatoes at all. Turn your narrowest side up on them. And it's very simple to make. And it's very good. We have our fresh oregano that we got out in the, where it grows wild under our azaleas. We planted some a couple of years ago, and it's took the whole azalea bed. But it's we only use olive oil, Pam, to keep it from sticking, fresh oregano, and some mozzarella cheese. But you cook the tomatoes in the oven for about 15 minutes and then come back and check them with nothing on them, just the tomatoes by themselves.
So you cook them for a little bit by themselves, and then you're going to add the other ingredients.
Then you will add you will only add the oregano for about 10 minutes and let it seep some of the flavor into the tomatoes. It says a total cook time of 30 minutes, approximately 35, depending on how thick I slice the tomatoes too. That changes if I get a little bit too thick. And then you will place the oregano in it for the last 10 minutes, but I do use confectional bake. I don't use just regular bake. It helps cook the tomatoes a little faster. But they're really good, really tasty. And I've seen them in the restaurants on the appetizer, and you only get 6 slices of tomatoes, and they're $8 or higher. So
yeah, we haven't been out to eat in a little while.
yeah. But we really enjoy it, and if you try it, I think you'll like it too, especially if you're a tomato fan. Especially if you're a tomato fan.
Especially when you have extra tomatoes in the garden.
Yes.
There's no need to let them go to waste. You leave the skin on too.
Oh yeah, the skin will peel right off with the fork once they cook, if you don't want the skin. I like the skin. I like all the part of the tomato.
Careful.
Except for the stem. I don't like the stem.
So when you fill up the pan, you put Pam on it.
No, I'm fixing to drizzle olive oil on it too before I put them in.
Yeah, but you spray the pan with Pam.
Yeah, that you could do the olive oil, but our pans are so well seasoned, I don't want to risk anything sticking to them. So I always spray it with Pam.
Right.
There's nothing to stick then and ruin the flavor on the pan and the seasoning.
You don't put salt on it?
Don't put nothing on it. It's on it.
Those are pretty and red.
Yeah, one wasn't quite as ripe as we normally let them ripen, but it'll be good. It's got plenty of flavor still. All right, we're gonna place this 350 confectional bake, put it in the center rack. Set a timer for 15 minutes. And while that's going, we're going to chop up our oregano real good with the scissors.
makes it easier.
And our daughter took all the stems off of it and just using the leaves. I'm a little on the lazy side. I just chop it all up. Or I should say simpler side.
Oregano's good for you too.
Oh yeah.
Medicinal qualities to it.
You can't beat this fresh oregano.
The oregano oil is good for a lot of health issues. So I would see why this wouldn't be too.
Right. Take the camera out the door and show the viewers our oregano bed, where it come from.
Okay, this is right beside the house. I have lavender here, and there's some more lavender. This looks better. Right now it looks horrible. But this is all the way down oregano and mint. And the mint is very aggressive, but you can drink the mint in your tea. And they look very similar. But once you pick it up and rub it between your fingers and sniff it, you can really tell the difference in what is oregano and what's mint. And over here, I think you're on this way. Is the mint. And it's very, very aggressive. You can pull big piles of this up and there'll still be more. And this is a mullein plant, which also has a lot of dirt on it, but besides that, it has a lot of medicinal value to it for earaches and other things. Over here is another mullein plant. And rain last night, we had a huge rain, kind of filthied it up, but you can dry the leaves and it will have flowers next year, and you can use those in olive oil to make an ear salve or liquid for your ears. And this is rosemary that you can cook with. And then over here we have a huge rosemary.
Okay, well, I was talking and not paying attention. Everybody was going to say these things don't taste the same. I forgot one of the ingredients.
Yeah, olive oil. So you're going to bake it for a little while with just olive oil.
Yes, for 15 minutes, then check them. You don't know for sure till you check them.
What do you look for when you say check them?
I'll show you.
Okay.
It's easier. The tomato will be drawn up a lot and wrinkled.
So you're
And
cooking some of the water off.
Yep.
Get that dried out.
Well, I don't want to clear the timer and restart it because I opened the door and put it for 12 minutes, not opening the door. Okay, it's been about 18 minutes now. And let's take a look at them. That's the best way I can do it. All right, you see how they've started to wrinkle and the skins are letting go. All right, I'd say them need to cook about 8 more minutes before we put the oregano on it. If you could smell it, you would understand what I'm saying. This is something you really have to smell more than see, but you can see the tomatoes are really shrinking back now. The pan's sizzling, and you can smell the sugar caramelizing. So now,
You see that one? That one you can really see.
yep, now we take our oregano. Alright, we got the oregano on. We're gonna put them back in here for 3 more minutes and check them. The oregano should go to curling up a little bit. Oh, kitchen timer 3. Alright.
good.
All right, now you can really smell that oregano. Now it's time to put on the mozzarella.
Doing a dance around the tomatoes.
All right, now we're gonna put them back in on the confectional bake till the cheese melts, and then we're gonna move them to the top rack and brown.
That doesn't take long.
About a minute and a half usually. Just taking them to the top and brown them now.
Changing it to broil.
I did.
Yeah.
I'd always go for the S, stop or start. But once you said on or off would have made more sense.
That's yummy.
And there we go. Now, there's a good healthy snack that a diabetic can have.
Anybody can have.
Well, they're hot. We're fixing to enjoy them. Thank y'all for watching. And remember, Jesus loves you.
That would be good on a pizza.
Yes, it would. It's also just good in your belly.
Thank
And
you.
there you go. Fresh oregano, mozzarella, and homegrown tomatoes.
Yummy.